Good news for history lovers. Parts of the Yorktown and Appomattox courthouse battlefields will be preserved.
That's thanks to more than $2 million in grants from the Land and Water Conservation Fund. 13 News Now reporter Nico Clements explains why this is so important.
There's tons of history in Yorktown. So much history that Sean and Steve Linehan came all the way over from Colorado Springs, Colorado to check it out.
Just learning about the history of the Revolutionary War.
They're on the third stop of their historic tour, first checking out Colonial Williamsburg and Jamestown. Now they're at Yorktown Battlefield. You know, where American and French troops beat the British in the last major battle of the American Revolutionary War.
How they had to dig the trenches is just mind-boggling.
Senators Mark Warner and Tim Kaine say more than $2 million in federal funding is going towards preserving parts of Yorktown Battlefield.
I've never enjoyed history as a student in high school or anything, but this brings it to life.
So why is this important? Well, President Trump is proposing several budget cuts that would greatly impact Yorktown Battlefield.
Something this heavy they pushed around.
Part of President Trump's budget proposes a 14% overall cut to the Department of Interior, the department responsible for protecting historic sites. The Linehans say preservation of the battlefield is necessary.
Seeing all of this and how they dug the trenches and set up the cannons just right is very, very helpful for somebody who didn't like history.
Especially for future generations. In Yorktown, Nico Clements, 13 News Now.